Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're stepping into a world where, well, everything comes down to the tiniest measurements. Destiny decided by a fraction of a millimeter.
It really is extraordinary. We're looking at the kind of precision needed under immense, almost soul-crushing pressure.
Exactly. And our focus today is the architecture of that precision, specifically looking at the recent achievement of Elavenil Valarivan.
Right, the sharpshooter who just clinched a bronze medal. This was at the ISSF World Shooting Championships in Cairo, Egypt, wasn't it? November 8th, 2025.
That's the one. So our mission here is to kind of dissect her performance, go beyond just the medal color, and really understand the strategy, the psychology involved.
And Elavenil, she's 26, from Ahmedabad, but with deep roots in Tamil Nadu. It's significant because this is her first senior individual medal at the Worlds.
Yeah, a huge step. It really caps off what's been, well, by all accounts, an absolutely electric season for her, a real climb.
It feels like more than just one win, doesn't it? It's like watching that transition. She's been seen as top-tier potential for a while, but this is proving it on the biggest stage outside the Olympics.
Potential turning into proven performance. That's what we need to dig into.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's dive right into that final, the 10-meter air rifle final. Can you paint the picture for us? Cairo, Olympic City.
Right. Imagine 8 elite women shooters, the best in the world. The air is thick with tension. You could almost hear a pin drop, except you can't because everyone's focusing so hard.
And the margin for error? Zero. Absolutely none.
Technically, it's fascinating. You're shooting at 10 meters, and the absolute center, the 10.9 bullseye, is just half a millimeter wide.
Half a millimeter, wow.
Hitting that consistently, it demands this almost superhuman biomechanical stability, controlling your heartbeat, your breathing, the exact moment you release the trigger. It's intense.
And Elavenil walks in and just commands the stage right from the start. No easing in.
Not at all. She kicked off like a seasoned pro, aiming to dominate. Whose very first shot was a 10.8.
A 10.8. So just a hair away from that perfect center.
Exactly. It wasn't just a lucky shot either. It felt like a statement, setting the tone immediately.
And in a final with eliminations, starting strong like that must put pressure on everyone else.
Huge pressure. It forces them to chase, or you build your own mental game. But what's really key here is that it wasn't about one flashy shot.
Okay.
It was about consistency. She was just layering these high tens, shot after shot, building this rock-solid foundation.
So steadily climbing, staying in that top group through sheer consistency, laser focus.
That's it. And that foundation was absolutely crucial because look who she was up against.
Right, this wasn't just any final. This was a pressure cooker with the absolute best.
Seriously. Trading decimal points with the giants of the sport. Think about it. Ban Hyojin from Korea. She's the reigning Olympic champion, known for being cool as ice.
Ice in her veins, yeah.
Then the Chinese shooters. Wang Zifei, who's been, frankly, on fire all season long, and Han Jiyu, another powerhouse.
Plus another Korean, Kwon Yoonji, the rising star.
Exactly. So you're not just shooting well, you're basically shooting against an Olympic final lineup, maybe even tougher.
And this is where Elavenil's experience comes into play, surely. She's a double Olympian herself.
Over 8 years honing her craft. It shows.
We often talk about athletes drawing on their background. With Elavenil, her Tamil Nadu heritage, people often link that to a kind of resilient spirit. Does that translate here?
I think it does in a way. That resilience, that deep-rooted strength, you need that to channel into the cool-headed precision required on the line. It's that blend of long, hard training and innate mental toughness.
That combination is what lets you survive those eliminations, right? You can't afford to get rattled by someone else's score flashing up.
Not for a second. And she stayed right there, in the thick of it, constantly pushing for those high decimal shots against the world leaders.
Okay, so this brings us to the real climax of the final. There was a point where gold felt genuinely possible, right?
Oh, absolutely. The momentum was swinging her way. She was riding that wave of consistency we talked about. It felt tantalizingly close.
And then the heartbreak moment.
This is where, the human element just punctures the quest for mechanical perfection. That tiny margin for error becomes the whole story.
Tell us about it. Only the top 3 were left at this point, the final push.
Yes. And her rifle dipped. Just ever so slightly, apparently. but enough.
Enough to cause a score drop, a 10.0.
A 10.0. Now, we need to understand what that means technically. Hitting the 10 ring is good, obviously, but in these finals, they score to the decimal.
Right. 10.0 up to 10.9.
Exactly. And to win medals, you need those high decimals, 10.4, 10.5, 10.6 and up. A 10.0 means she hit the ring, but missed that tiny 0.5 millimeter true center by enough distance.
That it cost her the shot at gold.
Instantly. Strategically, at that moment, it's catastrophic, even though technically it's still a 10.
Shatters the dream right there. But incredibly, she didn't just fall apart. She held on for bronze.
She did. Finished with a final score of 232.0.
Yeah.
And that score, when you compare it, tells the story.
How so?
Well, Ban Hyojin, the gold medalist, scored 255.0. She was just relentless, didn't drop below a 10.4 in those crucial final shots.
Yeah.
Pure clutch performance.
And silver.
Wang Zifi took silver with 254.0. So Elavenil's 232.0, while not enough for gold or silver after that dip, securing bronze after that 10.0, that shows incredible resilience.
To stabilize immediately like that?
It's massive. A huge psychological win, really. That ability to bounce back instantly, that's world-class mental toughness right there.
Which seems increasingly vital because getting into these finals is becoming tougher and tougher, isn't it? The qualification standard.
Oh, they've shot up massively. That rising bar is maybe the biggest unseen challenge now.
How so?
Well, scores that would have comfortably got you into a final a few years ago, now they're barely scraping you through, if at all. People used to talk about 630 as a solid score.
Yeah.
But the feeling now is, well, 630 just isn't enough anymore. Not consistently.
So that changes everything in training, I imagine. You can't just aim for good. You need sustained excellence right from the qualification round.
Precisely. Look at Elavenil's own score to get into this final. She shot a 633.3, and that only got her in as the 5th best qualifier.
Wow, sneaking in, basically.
Pretty much. And even Ban Hyojin, who won gold, she only qualified with 633.0. Just scraped in herself.
So when the entire top 8 is shooting 633 or higher just to make the final.
It tells you the pressure starts way before the final round. Those 60 qualification shots are brutal. The expectation for near perfection right from the start has just gone through the roof globally.
And it highlights the depth, doesn't it? We saw fellow Indian shooters, Magana Sajjanar and Shreya Agrawal. They missed the cut, felt that sting of the rising bar.
It's a tough reality.
Yeah.
Technical consistency isn't an advantage anymore. It's just the entry ticket, the baseline to even get a shot at the medals.
Okay, so given all that pressure, that high standard, this bronze medal, it feels less like an endpoint and more like, what, a confirmation, a launch pad.
Definitely a launch pad.
Yeah.
It slots right into the trajectory she's been on all season. It's not out of the blue. It's consistent with her upward curve.
We saw signs earlier this year, right? A bronze at the Munich World Cup.
Yep. And even more impressive, maybe, was the Asian Championships back in August in Kazakhstan.
What happened there?
She didn't just win. She shattered a 6-year-old Asian record in the final. Shot a stunning 253.6.
Okay, so that record-breaking score, this bronze, it shows she's putting it all together. Talent plus experience.
Sustained, deliberate growth. And if you want to understand the how behind it, you really need to listen to her coach, Neha Chavan. She's been with Elavenil for, what, over a decade now?
Yeah, that long-term perspective is gold. What did the coach highlight?
Neha Chavan pointed out how much Elavenil has grown, specifically mentioning her ability to adapt on the fly.
Adapting on the fly. That sounds crucial when the standards keep rising, like you said.
It's everything. It means she's not rigid. She can tweak her technique, her timing, her mental approach based on the specific conditions, the specific pressures of that day, like in Cairo.
Makes sense, but was there like a core insight from the coach? The real secret sauce?
I think so. It came down to attitude. Chavan said Elavenil, quote, "Trust the process, sticks to our game plan without a fuss, and this is the key part, she shoots with real joy in her heart."
Joy in a sport that looks so intensely focused and serious.
That's the magic bullet, isn't it? When you trust the process, the long game, you shift focus from the result, which can be paralyzing, back to the immediate task, executing that perfect shot.
And the joy part.
And that translates physiologically. If you're enjoying it, genuinely finding satisfaction in the execution, your heart rate is likely lower, less muscle tension, a steadier hold. All the things you physically need to hit that half-millimeter dot.
Ah, okay. So it's not about forcing robotic perfection out of fear, but achieving it because you love the craft, the process itself.
Exactly. And that emotional stability, that joy, that's probably what gave her the mental strength to recover immediately after that 10.0 dip and still secure the bronze.
So she walks away from Cairo not just with a medal, but as a truly proven contender on the world stage.
Absolutely. It underlines that greatness here isn't just about chasing perfection. It's also about how you handle those tiny, inevitable mistakes. It's about resilience, the ability to, as they say, hit back harder every time.
And for India's Olympic hopes, this result must be a huge boost, a real beacon.
No question. It lights the way forward, shows what's possible.
It really drives home that the medal is, the visible outcome, but the journey, the process, the adaptation, finding that joy in the grind, that's what gets you there.
Which leads us to a final thought, something for you, the listener, to maybe mull over.
Okay.
We've seen this contrast, right? The slight disappointment of maybe missing gold versus the clear success of winning bronze and showing that resilience, that growth. So think about the high-stakes situations in your own life, professional or personal. How much more valuable, ultimately, is trusting your process, being able to adapt, like Elavenil did, compared to just focusing solely on the immediate outcome? What parts of your own game plan help you stay steady when, the margin for error feels like zero?
Something to definitely think about, how you handle the pressure, how you find that stability within the process.
Exactly. Food for thought until our next deep dive.